Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Space 2. And a bit of a grim situation. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't know for sure that we're going to make it out of this, but we're certainly going to try. We can at the very least learn some things in the attempt, right? So, we need to take a couple of planets, or a couple of systems rather, off of these guys quickly. They haven't formally declared on us, but they have declared their intention to declare. So we need to be ready for that. We need Akamar. We got to take this. This needs to be mine. You can see 5819 down there in their manpower. They don't actually have a tremendous amount of defensive strength. And while we don't have really any manpower to speak of, we can certainly siege the planets down, provided that we keep our ships in siege configuration, which I guess is what we're going to do. But we gotta figure this out a little bit. We gotta brush up a little bit. Their ships are a lot better at fighting than ours are. Maybe we need to reconfigure for combat right now, for the moment, and figure everything else out after we've won a couple of important space battles, right? So his ships are pretty focused on projectile defense. Let's go heavy on the lasers. And then some reactive plating. We probably don't need this uniform shielding. So 272 health and 40 projectile defense versus 60 health, 810 shielding, and 136 energy defense. It sure does seem like shielding is just like massively more powerful than plating most of the time. Alright, hopefully if we leave our defenses split, it will prevent him from just like hard countering us. Alright, now it has not, to this point, been the case that I wanted to have anything filling this last law slot. That is probably still true, but we should at least look. You know, our system dust production really isn't that impressive. We could probably afford to run this, right? Yeah, we're still positive. That's fine. That is a law worth worth devoting a slot to. Alright, excuse me. So, we need to keep building ships, and we need to be ready to do some retrofitting. Can I get a cost readout on this? 1874. Alright, remember we do have access to the marketplace. We can, of course, sell some things. Yeah, there was some discussion in the comments of the last episode about me generally undervaluing food. That I think is probably right on. I think I do care about growing my population less than I ought to, and I think the situation we're having here is partially on that. Well, I don't think there's anything else to do this turn. Let's get these ships back to our friendly systems and see if we can figure it out from there. Boy, I don't know what the right play is with this scout. I guess we're going to Kerr. Maybe we can get the curiosity over here scouted. I don't know what else this guy's going to do of value. Plus 20 approval, minus 30 industry, that sounds terrible. I think we can afford to absorb 10 approval loss. Oh, it did pull us down from happy to content, didn't it? Well, I do not think this is a good time for a loss of industry. I mean, I basically never think it's a good time for a loss of industry, but now in particular. The thing is, we can't even really just like sit here and play defense. We do have to kill him. We have to start taking stuff, because right now we're completely stymied. Huh. That's weird. Wasn't the retrofit cost higher just moments ago? Well, I mean, I'll do it, obviously. Oh, you know what? The retrofit cost is repair and retrofit, so it may have been the case that some of our ships were damaged and they've had time to do a little bit of repairing now. I think this is considered to be our territory, so we can attack him here. I mean, I guess we're at Cold War with him. We could attack him even if he wasn't in our territory. How are we doing on manpower? We're pretty loaded up, actually. This minus 43 represents an actual complete filling of this fleet's manpower, which is pretty handy. These are very weak ships. Looks like railguns, I believe, are the 25% at short, 100% at long. Right, because missiles are... Oh no, missiles are... I don't know what I'm thinking. Oh, that's right. Railguns are the ones that are 100% at short. So they're all missiles. We would want to... Let's see. We'd want to be able to go to medium. We should probably run Team Spirit. Or post-op analysis? Maybe post-op analysis might be good. Let's see. We probably don't want to run Revive and Rebuild. So we have a short-range tactic and a long-range tactic. We have some flexibility here. Energy weapons have critical hit chance. So maybe Get Lucky makes a good third policy. The thing I like about post-op analysis is it gives you the ability to run a whole lot of different ships and then just kind of assemble them the way you want to. And the 70% damage bonus is not actually super good. Yeah, let's use post-op analysis instead. I know that we're seeing missiles on these ships, but we have seen bullet weapons, and it's good to have some long-range stuff in hand. I think this will be fine. We do need to bump up our command points to the point where we have enough command points for 3 flotillas. But I think we got to pick up maximized exploitation first. We are fairly desperate for the ability to build warships at this point. So we could attack him to send him home. We could also not attack him in the hopes that he will stop being mad at us. If we are blowing up his ships, he's definitely not going to stop. But also... this might be a moment of weakness. Like, it's possible some people were pointing out evidence that he is probably at war with the other player in our constellation. So maybe this is a moment of relative weakness. You know, a sort of a local minimum of ability to pay attention to me. So maybe this is a time to push him. Yeah, let's try to push him around. I'm not afraid of you, I've decided. Alright, this should be a retreat, I would imagine. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here with your stupid Craver face. I will, in fact, not stop attacking your fleets. That'll show him. He's back there at his weird, I don't know, Mustafar Craver castle. Being like, wow, he really showed me who's boss. I just respect the hell out of that guy. Also, my purpose is to kill. I don't know if you guys knew that. And his servants are all like, yeah, we know, master. Oh, hey, look, more ships. This is a fleet that has considerably more manpower, and also is attacking us, so that's great. We're basically feeling ecologist and militarist. We like trees, but also we're very mad. So what are we seeing here? We're seeing largely missile weapons, so a lot of reasons to run this turtle strat. So if we do turtle, and they pick a strategy that has a long range, first. They pick a strategy that starts at long range. We'll be long range during the first phase of the battle, and we will get absolutely obliterated. It's going to be just brutal. We actually have more defensive power than they do, but, like, only about 2/3 of their attack power. Alright, what if I backed off? Why would you go that way? What's wrong with you? Wow, we are really starving quickly. I see. You know, I am starting to think that we may not have a way out of this. I think I botched the opening too much. Alright, you know what? Just get here and hold on. We'll see. Hey, at least we get to search this curiosity. That's something, right? You know what I would really like? A game where I don't have to start next to the Cravers. Just once. Just once. Not having to deal with the Cravers immediately. Yeah, this is real bad. I assumed that my fleets would flee toward our space, which I guess is a foolish assumption. Alright, well, we're gonna need more warships. Actually, we shouldn't put any smalls in the queue because I don't have any idea if our smalls are a reasonable design right now. See, the other thing we could do is we could go to slugs to shoot down their missiles, but unfortunately they're full projectile defenses. So I wonder how effective this would be. Because our DPS on the slugs is considerably higher, but remember that we never get 100% of that value. Yeah, you know, that might actually be the move. I'm just a little nervous about actually piercing their plating. Because their ships have a lower defensive power than ours, but not by very much. Right now, basically what we're doing is just trading blows. So our colony was immediately starved out, despite the fact that it would have taken very little time for it to come together. Boy, I don't even know what to do with this. Let's run the scout over here and, like, shoot some probes out this way. I wonder if we can see. My suspicion is that off of one of these two nodes, there's a wormhole that leads across to the other arm of the galaxy. We definitely saw that last time. Last time we played with a spiral. Yep, you're coming. I know. I hear you. That's probably a bigger impact than we could get from any other single turn of production. So you're going to hit this in 2 turns. You just wait then. You know, I didn't realize they were here to stay. I thought they were just being vindictive because I had thrown them out. Who needs to cheat in elections when I just dictate the result? Seems fairly straightforward to me. Okay, so at the beginning of next turn, I want to fly the Imposer out here, and we're going to have to actually make something happen with a bunch of damaged ships, or... It doesn't look like they're actually in defense mode. Maybe we just try to come straight through. We're putting together another ship. Let's queue you up as well. Yeah, we're going to have to just hit my all-in force. The 2 healthy Imposers plus this injured fleet for backup. I'm not going to be able to see anything from over here. Well, maximized exploitation is coming along. We're certainly going to gain some significant industry once we can actually build the what do you call it? The AI labor. They were in defense mode. They misled me. Yep, and here comes the actual... Here comes the trouble. Well, let's do this. Our fleet will mostly be destroyed if we run, so I guess we'll fight. I think we're going to get absolutely obliterated here. An interesting maneuver. Putting both of their mediums up in the top flotilla like that. Yeah. The problem here is that there's no version of this where we have time to close to mid. Two large ships hitting with full... or medium ships, rather. Hitting with the full force of those rocket barrages. It's just too much. The good news is that they... the way the flight paths worked out here, they really don't get to shoot at us anymore for the entirety of the battle, it looks like. Yeah, I don't consider the shape of the flight paths very much. In part because I don't really know how to look at the diagram and figure out exactly what's going to happen. But this is a skill that I maybe need to develop, because this result is phenomenal for us. This is a thing I need to be able to do on purpose. So actually, we're going to hurt him a lot more than either I or he thought. I don't know if we have time to kill this thing, but we're gonna do some considerable damage to it. Okay, flop me back to the overhead here. So I'm just noticing that we're not missing any shots. We're starting to lose some of our guns. The firing arcs are changing too much. And unfortunately, a single flotilla versus single flotilla engagement does not favor us in this same way. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with the range. What range is it treating us as though we're at right now? Because this flotilla is reading as close range. So are we doing damage like we were at close? Or is it based on the other flotilla? Which I guess is also reading as close range. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But that was pretty huge for us. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't think we'll be able to replicate it. If we attack them again, they're just going to long range us, and I guess they might not kill the imposter that quickly, given that there's only one of their ships left, and it wouldn't be long for the world. Only has 1,000 health. I kind of want to just attack. Alright, let's decide what we're doing here. These guys don't actually have that much offensive power. If we could survive the long-range phase of the fight, I think we'd do quite well, but I don't have a lot of confidence that that would happen. We should probably just run. Oh, really? They're following us to Polaris. Well, let's set up a little welcome. See how they feel about fighting two medium ships. Or at least a medium ship and a half. So two healthy slicers, the very damaged butcher. The thing is, if we killed this, if we don't kill this fleet, then it's going to be very difficult for us to stop them from colonizing Mayal. If we do kill the fleet right now, we can blockade and starve their colony out. Maybe. We might be able to starve their colony out. Yeah, alright, I think we gotta try. If I had realized what was going to happen with those flight paths, I would not have retreated the first time. So this is just us going straight toward them. Hold on, let's think about this. What we saw from them last time was... Was it post-op analysis? It was definitely something that was medium in one flotilla and long in the other. It was probably post-op analysis because they ran both their medium ships in the top fleet, or the top flotilla. So they were long against short and medium against short. Yeah, I don't know how to predict the flight paths. I don't know how to intentionally cause the flight paths that I want, which is a skill that we need to pick up, because apparently it can be tremendously important. They still have enough stuff to go. Multiple flotillas. That's right. They have one command point above the amount you need. Or rather, they have exactly the amount you need. Well, grave defeat. We did not manage to kill the butcher. Okay, I think that is probably game, actually. Because if they take over Mayal, they're able to reinforce it consistently from the rest of their empire. Hey, we picked up Power to the People. Oh, Power to the People is a little different for Horatio. Plus 2% science per spliced population. That's, yeah, way more compatible with the thing we're going to be doing. So we need to, like, do a little bit of math on our opening and figure out what the correct amount of splicing is. Alright, a pirate mark was placed on Polaris because of course it was. Not that it probably matters.
Our purpose is to kill.
I will not stop attacking your fleets and systems. You attacked mine first. How is only one of the imposers part of this battle?
Our purpose is to kill.
Well, they're right that my intentions are hostile. Alright, we'll deal with this in a second. Well, this should be pretty straightforward. These invaders don't really have that much offensive power. I'm not worried about them. They stayed and fought, though. They actually did way more damage than I was expecting. Well... yeah, this is really bad. How on earth are we going to get out of this? We need better weapons. So we need like Hyperion Magnetics or Advanced Fusion Power. The problem here is that if I commit to one, they're just going to go in the other direction, right? Maybe just pick up Hardened Alloys because the 3 command points are super useful. Being able to run 10 command points means we get access to all 3 flotillas. It'll give me access to railguns, which are fine. Yeah, I'm not optimistic about our survival here. We could try to put together a boarding party based offense. Try to use some of their superior production against them. Yeah, okay, I'll go for that. I don't know that we have a lot of other options. Ugh, 10 turns. We're too low on industry, or we're too low on population, but honestly, having good population wouldn't have helped us here. We could have all the population in the universe in this system, and they're still not ever going to be able to finish building anything. Things are a little better here. Yeah, that drops us below happy. I probably shouldn't do that. We do still need science pretty badly. And you are content. 63% is not happy, so this doesn't seem like a very good build. We can make a lot of dust here, probably. This is a pretty small amount of food. Oh, you know what? This is a considerable amount of food, though. Alright, we're just gonna... Imnos is gonna ship population units out to Polaris, probably. Yeah, alright. Mile is already colonized. Well, it looks like he wants to fight. So why don't we just very quickly... 3.6k, that's not getting us anywhere near the amount we need, right? Oh no, we can do it. What about luxuries? Can I sell off... these potatoes do not sell very well. These are the ones we're using. We can certainly do this. Pretty small amount overall. And then... yeah, sell like 100 of these and 50 of those. Turn our fleet to full health. And then we have all of these damn slicers. Some of these are actually not upgraded. Yeah, 4 of these are like his original 4 ships. They're using bullet weapons, but they're also going to be just weak. I think we can take this fleet with our 2 mediums. If we can't, it's going to be a bad, bad sign for us. Obviously, I will never stop attacking your fleets. You and I are eternal enemies. For, you know, for whatever eternity is worth in my position. My suspicion, not that much. Alright, we gotta whittle down his fleets. We gotta slow him down. So I think the game is overestimating his chances here. I think we do just want to close as quickly as possible. I'm not actually very scared of the slicer ones. And the hull plating absorption will help. Yeah, I think this is right. The real question is, where does the weapon go? I do think I want an imposer in each flotilla. But I guess I want to try to guess where the least amount of damage is going to be and put the weapon there. So that just in case they do destroy the imposer in that flotilla, we have 2 guns still firing from the other one. He has tended to overstack his top flotilla, so let's cut it to the middle. And fingers crossed, everybody. He split them about evenly, although I actually don't... Are these the bullet ones? They are, okay. So top was the less dangerous one. Well, I think this should go in our favor, but I have not been a perfect predictor of these things. So this first phase is where we're going to take our worst beating. Holy crap. A single volley. Wow. We are in a lot of trouble. Are we going to destroy even one of these ships before they take on our medium? No, we are not. Okay, well... this could be really bad news. Right? Because it might treat these guys as though they're at long range, for all I know. Okay, so now maybe they're firing as though they're at medium? Which would mean that we're taking considerably less damage from them. Look at how divided our damage was. That's a big problem. Well, I think that probably is the harbinger of our demise there. That we couldn't take out a bunch of his smalls, and like now, even if we had not fought, if we had just let him run rampant with his fleets, he's just going to bring in more and more of those fleets. He's going to bring in the butchers. I'm having a hard time imagining our way out of this. We sure showed some of those normal slicers who's boss. We couldn't even kill all of his 4 initial ships. Ugh. I got a bad feeling.
purpose is to kill.
You keep saying that.
Purpose is to kill.
And then you're like, yeah, please stop attacking me. I don't want to fight you. I refuse. I refuse forever. I should probably not just like reflexively refuse. Well, we're working on our deep space personnel systems. We're working on our production facility. We can get there. Maybe. I don't believe that. It's not impossible, but we're probably not going to get there. Alright, why don't you go over here and we can launch the probes from over here and see if we can see something, anything. He's not actually even blockading us, although he is sending pirates to blockade us. Or whether he's making room for them to do so. So he made friends with the pirates, and then he clears our fleets out, and he just opens the door and lets the pirates come over here and harass us. That's a very, it's a very mean way to do that. Found a colony on Antares before anyone else. You know, something tells me that that's not really a quest for me. I don't think it's very valuable to increase the resource mining rate. We don't really need influence. You know, we're in a position where we actually do need approval. Yeah, Venny's not even ecstatic. Can you imagine? Alright, let's get a little bit of XP for the ships we're going to build here. A little bit more food, because we could definitely be reproducing more quickly. This would be powerful here. This, not so much. And then it's probably time to build a lot of ships, would be my guess. That I think is the thing that makes the most sense. Wow, we got an intergalactic technology center down to 10 turns. Okay. We can produce ships very quickly. It's just a matter of that actually mattering. Well, we need to have some kind of defensive fleet. We could specialize our worlds to increase our dust production, but I don't know that that's worth the time right at this moment. We desperately need to have some kind of navy. But yeah, this thing where we only have 3 systems on turn 66, that's probably pretty bad for us. Man, I just do not have the time for weird events right now. So we have 73 approval. A loss of 10 approval on Venny is actually pretty considerable, but so is a loss of 20 industry. The fact that we're getting all of these events that are pitting our influence, or our approval against our industry, really sucks. What's 20 relative to our, you know, it's not that big a deal. And this would make us devoted. A little bit of extra science. Or ecstatic, rather. Does it get the Empire close to... No, it does not get the Empire close to moving up another tier.
Soon your world.
Okay, there's the declaration. So we are now being officially blockaded. Yeah, we can probably not actually change the outcome too much. Like if I move organic purity to the end, it doesn't even change the timing of any of the ships after the first one. No, get to producing more population. We need to have a medium-term plan, not just put ships out and hope. Alright, so they slapped a hero onto this fleet. If they launch a ground assault, we're going to have to go to conscription, but that actually might work. It's tough to take a planet with just the manpower and small ships. Or tough to take a system, rather. Okay, that's handy. You know what we need right now is a guardian. We need somebody who's actually going to be able to help us fight. So this guy, 10% extra projectile weapon damage on fleet. Not super great for us right now, but we can build toward that in the future. And like I said, I think we just need somebody who's gonna get out there and really commit some war. So yeah. Usha, you're hired. Please help us. 10% or 20% extra fleet health seems alright. Can we trick out his ship very much? She's got kind of an awkward assortment of weapon modules here. You know, at this point, phased beam technology actually makes more sense than lasers, just due to the fact that we have a tier 2 phased beam. I guess, and we don't really have a ton of great stuff to do with our support modules at this point. Or support module slots, rather. Okay, well here's the ground battle. Like I said, we gotta rely on conscription. Unfortunately, he does have tanks and we don't. Something I actually could fix. Oof. Something I should have done when I was thinking about the fact that he might attack us. We could shuffle the weapon to the front of the queue here. And then at least have something in the air, but I don't know that it really helps. Like, a lone weapon isn't going to get anything done. Yeah, we gotta wait for this Imposer to be finished, then we have to attach the ship, the hero, to the Imposer's fleet. And we have to figure it out from there, and we functionally cannot make ships over here. Nor can we really make anything of value. I mean, I guess that's dust sort of is helpful. No, I know. So, if we manage to blunt their assault, which I don't think we will, I think we took too much damage in that initial hit, we're going to do another conscription here. And it's not going to be enough. Oh, it was enough. Boy, he has a lot of reserve troops available, though. Well, we can buy a little bit more time. Shoot a probe over here and see if we can see what the state of his reinforcements is. I'm trying to think, if we lose Polaris, is that the end of our game? Maybe. Honestly, it might be. We are holding on. We're actually winning. We took less damage there than we did last time. Okay, this has come to an end. That's a shame. I was really enjoying that. Yeah, so we're winning, provided that we could keep up that rate of manpower generation eternally, which obviously we cannot because that manpower generation is based on conscription, and we have pretty limited population right now. Not really much else for you to do, I guess. Come home. Technically, you could participate in a battle. You could absorb a couple of missiles for somebody. It is curious that he hasn't brought any of the butchers to bear on us. And I mean, like, obviously, this is crippling us, by the way. Like, this is really bad that we have to keep conscripting. We have a ship in the air now, though. 2 ships in the air, rather. Probably not sufficient to attack. Maybe. Their fleet offense strength is estimated at about 2,600 and their defense at 21, whereas ours is not good. Ours is lower. If the second medium got finished, that might be good enough to run them off? Maybe. Trying to think, like, if I have to go right now and try to at least spook them. Oh, there's a butcher there now. Never mind. Yeah, alright, I think we're gonna fold up. I hate to do this. It's embarrassing. But I think I just goofed up our opening way too much. Wasn't prioritizing food highly enough. Somewhat in my defense, Polaris is like a pretty low food system, and we got blocked out pretty badly by this very aggressive Craver expansion. Out of curiosity, yep, they now own it. So they're probably winning their war against whoever Pink is. Oof. Yeah, alright, I goofed. Here's the deal. I think we're 40 minutes in. I'm not going to start another new game this episode. I apologize that this episode was basically me circling the drain. But that's where we ended up. Sorry. That's going to be it for us for today. Come back tomorrow. We're going to have a slightly more math-focused episode while we figure out exactly what the right rate of splicing is. And we're going to try to do a lot better on the population. And we'll see you then.